Wow, how you guys doing? Hi, I'm Dante Basco. Welcome to the Dante Basco panel. I love you too. I was walking all the way over here from the other side of the convention center. I was like, we're way out, I don't know, maybe this would be like an intimate little panel. And then some of us could just hang out and talk. But I turned the corner and you guys are all here already. So, hello, welcome to my panel. I'm Dante. I've been an actor for most of my life, for like 28 years now, which is crazy. And in my life today, we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff from, from things like Rufio, the leader of the Lost Boys, to Jake Long, the American Dragon. But I'm a cheerleader. And also, of course, Avatar: Last Airbender. So, I'm sure you guys got tons of questions. Start getting your questions ready. Beyond that, what else? I mean, yesterday at my panel, I did some poems, so maybe I'll just open up the day with a poem. You know what I mean? Yeah, why not? Who knows? So, for those that don't know, that I'm also, besides an actor, I'm a poet, and that means I've been writing poetry and spoken word poetry for years. I started the biggest poetry venue in Los Angeles, which is actually the biggest open mic in the country, but I started this venue, DPL, the Poetry Lounge, about 16, 17 years ago. And so, yeah, I'm gonna drop a poem on you and then we'll go from there. This one's called Where You From? Where are you from? See, that's a loaded question. I grew up in a blue-collar town, simply meaning the blacks and the browns, and me being of that category, plus my pops made less than 40. Geez, yeah, it's clear to see that me, I be, well, blue-collar. Better yet, broke most of the time, even better, poor. But when you're young and you're poor, you don't know that you're poor. It never occurs to you that you don't have a bed, everyone sleeps on the floor. 13 in a house, 1 bathroom, someone always knocking on the door. But at least it was fun. Let's get back to where we started. Where are you from? See, where I'm from, there are cops and there are gangsters, also known as gangbangers. Not unlike the cops and robbers of the movies, but unlike the movies, it's not so black and white. There are areas of gray, and that is to say, it is hard to distinguish the difference between being hit up by a cop and being pulled over by a gangster. Both evoke a bit of pain in the pit of your stomach. I think it's anger masked by shame. Let me get ahead of myself. Let me explain. Followed by a cop. Follow 6 blocks. Stop by a cop. He pulls you over. He looks at you as if you are a mark. Where are you from? He does not wait for you to reply. Instead, he accuses you as you deny you're from the east side. No, sir, bow your head and don't look him in the eyes. It's embarrassing sitting on the curb watching the cars drive by. But being where I'm from, that's just another part of my life. Now, when it comes to the gangbanger, all you got to be is a stranger. When he asks you where you're from, you can feel it laced with danger. So watch what you say next, because you're playing with death. So don't claim the east and don't claim the west. Matter of fact, same rules apply. Bow your head, don't look him in the eyes. I ain't from nowhere, man. I'm just some guy. See, he too sees you as a mark, but they don't really see you, your face, or your heart. All they see are marks. But me being me, I got a few tricks up my sleeve. Fucked up situations, I got out of a few of those by simply picking my nose. Yeah, seriously, check it. When the cop rolls up, I can feel the heat in his eyes, or a Regal filled with gangsters pulls up next to my side. I pretend I don't see them, and I casually try to pick a booger from my nose. And for a second, just a moment, I'm exposed. To be a man, not a mark, a human being just like you. Don't lie, you got boogers too. And the cop, he just continues to roll down the street, and the gangsters, where they just laugh and then they just leave. Sometimes when you see a little bit of yourself in someone else, it could set you free. And the funny thing is, I'm probably from where they're from, the other side of town, and I'm just trying to get home. Poetry to add to our day. Thank you for the snaps and whatnot. Yeah, so I've had a long career, and it's been about all kinds of things. Acting, voice acting. Recently, more in the last few years, writing, producing, creating, poetry always, and it's all up for conversation. So who has questions? I guess there's a mic right there. Is there a mic on this side? Just one mic. There's one mic right there, but maybe we should get, whoa. Walk to the mic and let's talk. First to the mic is someone that can't reach the mic. Yo, little Zuko, what's up, man?
I have 2 questions, and I just have 2 questions. The first question is, what do you think of Uncle Iroh?
I love Uncle Iroh. He as a character is one of my favorite characters on the show, just because he's that father figure that Zuko never really had in his own father, and also that voice of wisdom and that person who kind of loves him unconditionally, even at times when he disappoints him, which our parents do for us. So I love Uncle Iroh, the character, and of course, the character who played him, Mako, was someone I loved in life, who played my uncle or my father several times in my career, and passed away during the last season. So again, it's another reason why it's such a special character to me. And what's your second question?
How did you get Grey Delisle to voice Homestuck?
First and foremost, Grey Delisle's a little crazy. So she's liable to do anything. She asked me to Tumblr prom one time, which was super awkward, but she plays my sister. And I told her, like in a voice thing, like, yo, this is weird. We're like the homeschool kids that are going to prom with each other, like brothers and sisters. Like, but as far as her voicing Homestuck, I don't know if I necessarily got her to do it. She kind of found out Homestuck through me, and I was like because I'm a Homestuck, and I post a lot of stuff, and she follows me on Tumblr, you know? Thanks, Gray. And I think she was just, drawn into it like the rest of us, of this whole world, and the amazing art, and the amazing storylines, and the amazing characters, and definitely, she could voice quite a few Homestuck characters without any problem. Thank you, man. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Loud. And now tighter. I'm Bethany.
Hi, Bethany.
I have a request and a question.
Yes.
My first question is, for I and my brothers, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. For you, how did everything, or how did anything change when they attacked?
So much has changed since the Fire Nation attack. It's such, for me, the Fire Nation attacking, the creation of the Avatar world, me voicing Zuko, a lot's changed. It's one of those projects that, as actors, we work on a lot of different things throughout our careers, and you never know when a project like Avatar is going to really take off. When it started, it's Nickelodeon, and they offered me this gig, and I read the script, and I went to Nickelodeon to meet Mike and Brian, at the time unknown artists and entities in the Hollywood world. And to tell you the truth, not that I didn't like the project, I just thought, this ain't gonna work, Because you gotta understand, I'm rolling into Nickelodeon. At that time, Nickelodeon, the biggest thing Nickelodeon's done to that time was SpongeBob SquarePants, right? And when you go to Nickelodeon in Burbank, outside of Hollywood, there's like a big statue of SpongeBob. And the building at that time was all white, and there was green slime all over it, And then there's like big portraits of like cat dog and these kind of things, right? And it's the Nickelodeon that we grew up and that we love. But then they hand me a script that's this epic, Asian-inspired, cultural, martial arts, anime-inspired, epic project. And I was like, this ain't Nickelodeon at all. Like, who do they think? What do they think they're doing? So it's one of those things that we did, and we started shooting it. Recording it, and I didn't really think a lot about it. So at first, when the Fire Nation attacked, I was just like, I'm this bad guy. Like, whatever, it's cool. Like, I think a lot of people are just like, he's just this badass kid. You knew better. And then as the show took off and it became the phenomenal hit that it became, and also as Zuko's character arc really started taking off and changing, and you're learning all these new things week after week of who this kid really is, and not just this bad attitude, scarred boy with a bad haircut. So when the Fire Nation attacked, it took me a little while to understand the real impact it was going to have on my life and the world in general. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. And then I lied. I have another question.
Okay.
How was it working with Robin Williams?
Robin. You asked these big questions. No, Robin Williams is an amazing, amazing actor. He's an actor I looked up to years before I actually worked with him. As a teenager, before I did Hook, Dead Poets Society was a really big film in my life. Yeah. And so becoming a poet was partially because of that film. And the great thing about Robin Williams is he taught me a lot, how to be a star and how to keep up the morale of a set of your cast and crew for long shoots. And it meant a lot to him, and I really saw him keep everybody laughing and humorous throughout this long, arduous film shoot. And he's everything you would expect him to be. Full of jokes, the most wittiest person on the planet Earth, probably the most amazing improv artist ever. He's all of that. But then at the same token, when we were in the makeup chairs in the morning, where he's doing makeup, I'm doing my hair and costuming, we'd spend hours in the morning just talking about poetry, and he'd be so quiet and introverted and very thoughtful. So I was very blessed to kind of get to have both sides of him, the extrovert, wild and crazy man, and the very soft-spoken intellectual talking about Charles Bukowski and Walt Whitman and Shakespeare and all of these things. So it was beautiful, beautiful memories of him.
That's awesome. Somebody who doesn't know a whole lot of his background, and as an English major who writes some poetry and all myself, that's great to hear that about another somebody who I look up to in Hollywood. It's awesome.
Thank you.
And the request, can I ask you to say, I must capture the avatar to restore my honor.
I must capture the avatar to restore my honor. What's up, man?
My name is John Teal.
John Till?
Yeah.
What's up?
No, man. Just enjoying this.
Yes.
So first thing, has there ever been a part that you've gone for and did not get it, and you really want that part and regret not getting it? Has that ever occurred?
Yeah, there's so many parts that we audition for, and sometimes, the fact of the matter is you mostly don't get the characters that you audition for, you know what I'm saying? So, every actor, whenever you're working, you're just fortunate that you're working, right? But there's tons of characters throughout the years that, whether or not, this is the thing, every actor that doesn't get a part feels like, if only I got that part, right? But that's not how it works. How it works out is, everyone thinks about Hollywood and goes, you gotta be lucky, right? And that is true, but I think people mistake what kind of luck that you have to be. People think you can just be Hollywood and get lucky and succeed. But what they realize is the luck is not, first of all, getting good is not lucky. Like, you gotta come to Hollywood good, or get good through doing your craft, acting, writing, producing, like going to school, studying. I studied for 20 plus years, so getting good is not lucky. The luck is the right actor meeting the right character at the right time that people care about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, with me playing Rufio, and then that matters to people, or me playing Prince Zuko and that matters to people. There could be another actor that's done such an amazing character as Zuko or Rufio, and maybe it didn't impact the same way. So the luck is really, you and the character coming at the right time. That being said, as far as other roles, I mean, I was up for Robin and Batman and Robin back in the day, which I
Chris O'Donnell?
Chris O'Donnell.
Oh, that'd be so much better. Yeah.
I know. It's Hollywood though. You know, things happen. There's all like something like trying to rack my brain for other crazy stuff like that. Like Robin, I really wanted to do, and I read for it several times in different films. You know, I was up for Harold and Kumar. That was pretty crazy. And I love John Cho, he's a buddy of mine, but like John and Harold, perfect, you know what I'm saying? If it was me playing Harold, it would be a different kind of movie. So it's that kind of thing. We always say, a lot of friends of ours is, you know, you get what you get and you don't get upset. And that's part of what I always feel for young actors coming up is try your hardest to get every role and bust your ass, you're supposed to, but don't get upset for the things you don't get because you're gonna get what's meant for you, ultimately.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
See, Hook has always been like one of my favorite movies. It's top 10, top 5 easily for me.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid, and I always loved the scene between Rufio and Peter Pan.
Yeah.
The scene where they're like going at each other's name.
Right.
So I always wondered, is that whole thing, was there any improv with that? Because I know like Robin Williams is a comedian, he does a ton of improv. How did that go about? Like, what did he go to some room and write stuff down? How'd that go?
What the way the whole thing went with Robin Williams, because he's such an amazing improv artist, is he'll do what's scripted once, and then he'll, you know, the next take will be like, Steven. And that meant I'm gonna improv a take, right? And being he's the most amazing improv artist, as an actor you have like 3 choices, right? 1, you can just get steamrolled, which I'm sure happened many a times. 2, you can try to improv with him, but that may not turn out well because he's 10 times faster and smarter than you, and then you'll go back to 1 and get steamrolled. Or 3, you could just jump to the next line, which was my plan of attack. I'm gonna let him improv a little bit, then I'm just gonna jump to the next line. And especially that scene, he was just coming up with crazy stuff. He would just start saying things, and at that time I'm 15, so half the things he was saying was just going over my head anyway. I was like, I don't know what this man is talking about. I barely know what I'm talking about. So a lot of improv, especially that scene.
Finally, more questions.
Yes.
Can I get a selfie with you?
Definitely. Right now? Well, we'll do it right now, and then the next person thinks their question. Jump, come here.
I'm in.
Get the crowd in the background.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't.
I know we're in public and everything. We can't just. We can't be just looking at each other like this.
Okay. Hi, my name is Erica.
Hi, Erica.
You're so serious. You can't do that.
All right. Just look at me and talk to me.
Okay. 2 questions, 1 request. Quick question. Just being immersed in all the Avatar.
Y'all are crazy right now. Y'all acting crazy.
You know what? Okay. So, out of all the 4 elements, which one do you think?
Fire Nation.
Matches your personality better?
Fire Nation. Fire Nation.
Next question. As we all know, the live-action Avatar movie was some straight booty.
Hold up, Erica. Hold up. What are we talking about right now?
Okay, earlier you said you were into producing and writing and bringing things to life. So do you think that maybe sometime in the future you would think about trying to read?
We'll see. Hopefully we can get a reboot sometime, you know?
Okay, real quick, my request. I was really dumb and I left my phone at home, so I can't take any pictures. But if you wanted to call and leave a voicemail that I could keep for the rest of my life.
We can maybe work that out later on. We'll maybe work that out. Thank you, Erica. Hey, darling.
Hi, I'm Evelyn
Hi, Evelyn.
from Gettysburg, but that's not
From
really.
Gettysburg. What's up? Shout out to Gettysburg.
It kind of shouts back, so we don't try to do that. But I guess I have 3 questions. I think do you want the most serious first?
Shoot. Just shoot. We'll go with it.
Okay. I know you've been and produced in both Hollywood movies and I don't know what the right term is here, like more
Digital. Indie.
indie movies. What do you think are the pros and cons of each, and do you prefer one over the other?
No, I mean, I think it's a new time in Hollywood, a new time in filmmaking where it's all open, the door's open to indie filmmakers. We all have cameras, we all have the means to make film, and now's the time to just create whatever we're doing. Writers write, filmmakers make your films, actors act, it's that time. Of course, the great thing about Hollywood filmmaking is this big, broad reach that it has it can get out to many parts of the world and you make these really big films. The bad part about that is they cost so much money, hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions or whatever, and that when you're producing those, there's a lot of responsibility there to recoup that money, and sometimes you can do it and sometimes you can't. The great thing about indie filmmaking is a lot of times we're on budgets that we're self-funding or kickstarting these days, or it's budgets of tens of thousands or 100,000 or a few 100,000, which is so much easier to recoup and really have the process of being able to make films more often. Another question?
Trying to pick which one first, but I know that American, you know how American Dragon, Jake Long, they changed the animation like for the second season and then it just all sort of ended.
That was kind of weird, right?
Yeah. So how do you feel about that? And do you think it could have? Do you think it should have had a longer chance or run than it did? Because I liked it. I watched it a lot at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I love Jake Long. He's like one of my favorite characters, and I really wish we could have went longer with it. But I guess Disney has like a cap on how long they do their series for.
It has to be like uber successful in like a season and a half, or else it gets
65 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. And, which is fine, but the thing about the art changing was a little weird for me too. Like, yo, what happened? I remember coming back the second season, and why they said they did that. I mean, it grew on me. Like now I can think about it. The original Jake is like my favorite Jake, for sure. But they said the reason why they did it was some like subliminal thing. Because they were like, the original Jake looked so young that they wanted to start making him look more like a teenager because he was gonna have a love interest with Rose. And
so they didn't think that they could just use their own art to make him look older?
well, they did the same guy. They just kind of changed it a little to make him look older because they didn't want to look like little kids, like kissing and stuff like that. Which is interesting. I was like, I get it. I mean, I guess he looked like 12. They wanted to make him look more like 15.
Everything just got angular. I didn't quite understand.
I'm not sure about the angular thing either.
And secondly, had you not been told about Homestuck, and it was maybe Leslie who introduced you to it, how would you feel about the scene we all know that happened when you were, if you were sober.
If I was sober, and I did that, but I don't know. I mean, it just happens to be I wasn't sober at the time. But I love Homestuck. I'm glad that it was introduced to me, and I've been reading this thing, and it goes on forever.
But now it's paused. And
I know.
I hate the pause because I know at the end we're gonna get this huge chunk and it's gonna shut everything down for a while, and then it's gonna get back up and everyone's gonna be theorizing and no, that shouldn't have happened. Oh my gosh, my ship is canon. So it's gonna, like, the internet will not be prepared for the day. But
It's coming, for sure.
eventually. But
Thank you, Evelyn. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Tina.
Hi, Tina.
I have 3 very short things before anyone hates me.
Rock and roll.
So I have a request. The first one is, can you respond to what I say with "That's rough, buddy"?
Yes.
Okay. So my best friend moved permanently to Hong Kong.
That's rough, buddy.
Thank you. The second thing is from my friend Manda, and she asks us if we could possibly buy you a round of drinks tonight.
Yes.
And my third thing is, this Mako behind me is absolutely parched, and I want him to get a glass of water before he asks us his question.
Okay.
Can we please get a glass of water?
Yeah, this looks like a good one.
All right, excellent.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Marco, what's going down?
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Zach.
What's going down, Zach?
I have a question. So, why are the Fire Nation, firebender guys, like me and you,
Yes.
so damn attractive?
Azula is hot, too. I think that's true. But I guess that's just how the Fire Nation rolls. But yeah, we're a good-looking crew of fellas, for sure. And Azula's cute, too.
I guess my real question, I guess. So, what do you think if you watched Legend of Korra, which I believe you do from yesterday's? What do you think about the character Mako, who cosplayed?
I like Mako. He goes back, people, I don't know, he's like a lot of characters in the Avatar universe that I love, is he's imperfect. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the reason why I like him. I don't know, he's kind of a dick sometimes. But what guy isn't? Sometimes.
Aang wasn't.
Well, Aang is the Avatar. He has other responsibilities. So, I mean, I think he's cool, Plus, Faustino is who plays Mako is a buddy of mine, and I've known since we were really, really young in Hollywood. So sometimes I can, I just kind of associate characters with the actors that play them because they're friends and whatnot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you want me to just return this?
Yeah, just drink it and then leave it up there. That's not my glass.